And we have an organization called Sister to Sister. And my daughter's involved, a lot of other daughters involved, and it's from this daddy outside speaking. It seems to be a mentoring organization that does a lot of positive things for our young ladies, but that's just this somewhat informed daddy here. So rather than talk about it from that personal perspective, so let me invite them here and let them come and give a recap. Because they've been to WSTX once before, but the nature of what's going on with our young people in the community and the nature of our responsibility to them, I think it's important that every now and then we reintroduce these folks to speak about these various organizations. So they're back here today to give us some updates, a little bit of history of what's been going on with the organization and what they see going on in the future. All right. Well, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Yes.
Good morning. My name is Irene Ali, and I'm the director for Sister to Sister.
Okay. And I see you have some young ladies here with you today. She doesn't need a headphone to speak. She can speak just like that.
Good morning. My name is Kathy Platt, and I've been a part of Sister to Sister for 2 years now.
Almost.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Diara Canton. Yes, my father is the radio man here talking about me.
Well, you had to bust me out and give away. I was going to be here, undercover and everything, but now I'm all exposed. All right.
Yes, I am a member of Sister to Sister, and I've been a member for about, I guess, 2 years now. So.
Okay. It's been that long?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yay. Okay. I mean, I remember the other day being in the hospital, and this little thing come out making all this noise, and I look around and say, oh my goodness, time just flies too fast. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Ali.
Yes, sir.
How did tell us a little bit about the history of Sister to Sister.
Well, Sister to Sister has been around since August of 2003, and I'm 26 years old now, married, and I'm the director, but I was a part of it when I was 16. So it's really impacted my life, and it's really a blessing to be able to impact the lives of other young women.
All right. So here for quite some time, and we have proof of the pudding, the full cycle and the circle of life that you started out and come all the way back here now to the point of being the director. So that's also a good example to these young ladies, that it's not just about prepping you, that in fact you ultimately come back around
Exactly.
and contribute in some kind of way. So where's the organization located?
The organization is located by Speak the Word Ministries. That's where our offices are. And I'm giving out the number 340-778-1575. But that's where we're located. Okay,
fantastic. So give me a little bit of history type of things that you've done in the past year or projected.
We've done so much. We have so much fun with our girls. Within the first year, we really enjoyed ourselves with the different activities. We've done the talent groups where they have acting, writing, singing, and dancing, and that's what they do once a week depending on the preference of their gift, their talent. And we have monthly activities. We've done slumber parties. We just had one Saturday. I think I'm still recovering because I got like no sleep whatsoever. But we just keep it very active and energized, and we make sure that the girls are having fun while we teach them principles and standards about being a young lady.
No, I think that's the part I want you to talk a little bit more about principles and standards of being a young lady. We're getting to the core of it.
Well, basically, it's really easy to be persuaded and led in the wrong direction. Everybody has to make a decision and go about that and face temptation in a sense, and have to deal with peer pressure, and that's just a part of life, especially as a youth growing up. But it's really important to teach them how to carry themselves and how to respect themselves, how to love themselves, how to treat other people. That's a big one. And we do that by mentorship. And I myself, even though I'm the director, I am a mentor. I'm a big sister, aka Big Sisters. And we have myself, Miss Rhea, Miss Marcia, and Miss Sarah, who mentor the girls in the right direction. We counsel them. We give them advice. We're there for them. We're the shoulder they can cry on, or the shoulder they can just bust a laugh with, because we have a great relationship together. So what we do is we build that relationship with the girls. We don't preach to them, because I really do believe that we can't teach anybody anything unless they know without a doubt that we love and we care for them. And then once we build that relationship in the organization, we begin to mentor them and just give them the advice that they need and be that person to rely on and to be there.
Well, I have a young man also, and he jealous of what you all are doing. He wants to know when you're going to start brother to brother. Anyhow, but no, that's great, because the world is full of all types of influences, and the fact of the matter is, they're at home now, but ultimately they're going to be stepping out on their own.
Exactly.
And they're going to have to know how to navigate the challenges of life out there. And in that sense, any experiences that are going to give them skills in that regards is definitely something that we have to capitalize on. Now, I know when I became more aware of the organization and what's going on, shortly thereafter we had one event there. And tell us about that event. What was the purpose and goal of that event?
Talent Group Showcase. The Talent Group Showcase is basically showcasing our talents and what we've been doing behind the scenes with the girls, practicing their individual talents. When everything was created, when I started being the director of Sister to Sister, I wanted to make sure that really nobody got left behind. We can't cover everything. Like, we don't have soccer, we don't have modeling, but we still have like the acting, the writing, the singing, the dancing, the stepping, and each girl has a different talent, and everybody's different and everybody's unique. So we made sure that we put them in the right group where they can develop and grow those gifts. So after we continue to grow them and help them grow confident in that, we have a showcase and we show their parents, the family, the friends, and the community what they've been working on, and that our girls have talent. And if they use it wisely and they understand how powerful talents are, it connects them to their destiny. So we're really, really big on those talents, because they do gain a lot of confidence. They gain discipline. They gain leadership skills as they do these things, because they have to work with their other sisters and they have to respect each other and communicate. So the Talent Group Showcase is just, to me, like just an essence of what we do, but it shows the family and the friends how hard we work and how important it is to have those talents displayed to the community.
Okay, well, that's important that they have their talents, and not only that, but by being exposed to other people with their talents, you can see something maybe you're interested in.
Yeah.
And get involved in that also in the process. Okay. Well, I have a little treat here for you in the process. I know these girls look familiar, and to the audience out here, we're just doing a little review. And we see these young ladies doing their moves here for the step process, and it's impressive. It's impressive because it takes discipline. You hear the clapping doing there as they're doing their steps and going through their motions. Now, some parents look at these things as just play, but this takes discipline, it takes coordination, it takes teamwork, and these are skills and attributes that we want to make sure that our children, in this case our young ladies, are well versed in and otherwise ready to face the world and jump out there.
Yes.
Take play and bring it to work.
Yes.
Take play, bring it to home. Take play, bring it to being the next millionaire philanthropist that's going to help to develop organizations that will help our young people, and probably in the process, our young men also.
Yep.
Okay, so, well, we have another one here that I kind of wish my good friend Oyoko Loving was here to see this one.
Yes,
and maybe at another time that she could take a look at this on the video and see it. And but this one here,
But you can be Isaac and I can be Rebecca. A servant and servant, I am bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh, made up of your rib, Adam. And once we meet like electrons, I'll be bound to your nucleus, completely indivisible atom. We will even speak the same mouth.
And what you're hearing here is one of the young ladies who's doing an oration. And I want you to listen to this oration because she spoke this oration as though it was just a natural expression, just like a budding Maya Angelou.
I will need you in order to complete my photosynthesis. I await your revelation, but once again from the Genesis, I will wait for you. And I don't need to identify you by any special Matthews or any special marks, because this word will be tatted all over your heart. And I will know you because when you speak, I'll be reminded of Solomon's wisdom. Your ability to lead will remind me of Moses. Your faith will remind me of Abraham. Your confidence in God's word will remind me of Daniel. Your inspiration will remind me of Paul. Your heart for God will remind me of David. Your attention to detail will remind me of Noah. Your integrity will remind me of Joseph. And your ability to abandon your own will remind me of the disciples. But your ability to love selflessly and unconditionally will remind me of Christ. And you will know me, and you will find me where the boldness of Esther meets the warm closeness of Ruth, where the hospitality of Lydia is aligned with the submission of Mary, which is engulfed in the tears of a praying Hannah. I will be the one drenched in Proverbs 31, waiting for you. But to my father who has known me before I was birthed into this earth, only if you should see fit. So even if you call me to a life of singleness, my heart is content in you, the one who has sent. You are the greatest love story ever told, the greatest love ever known. You are forever my judge and I am forever your witness. And I pray that I'm always found in a mission above my Father's business. My heart is content with you. Oh, I will always be yours, and I will always wait for you, Lord. More than the watchmen wait for the morning. More than the watchmen wait for the morning. I will wait.
All right.
All right. So who was that young lady?
Her name is Elizabeth Bass.
Elizabeth Bass. People remember that name, Elizabeth Bass, okay? Because she sat there for about 10 minutes and she did an oration. And that oration evoked the spirit, the concept, the image to me of Maya Angelou, because there was no paper to read from. There was no teleprompter to look at. She knew her stuff. And she knew what she wanted to say, and she said it with passion and expression. And in that context, she has a talent that fortunately was able to flourish and blossom also in Sister to Sister. Mm-hmm. All right, so very, very impressive. So, since then, what type of events have Sister and Sister been involved in?
Well, right after we did the talent group showcase, we had a purity retreat, and that was by DV. And oh my gosh, when we came back from the retreat, the girls were so energized. They were asking me, Miss Rainey, when are we going to our next retreat? Like when we stay together, we don't get any sleep. In all honesty, we're supposed to be sleeping more, but we have so much fun. And it was a great time for the girls to learn about preparation for life, basics, like just practical things that they need to know, like going to sleep on time, preparing your stuff the night before, making sure that you had good night's rest, and then going into wise decisions and how to carry yourself again. And it was great because the girls did get a lot of information while they went to the pool, and we were on the beach exercising, and it just was a lot of fun. That was just the retreat, and then we had the purity ceremony, and it's very uncommon to hear about purity.
Before we get to the purity retreat, okay, these girls, the purity ceremony.
Yeah.
This retreat, I tell you, retreat, DV,
yeah,
pool, sea, breeze. Wow, you all had fun, young ladies?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the most fun part of the retreat? The public
stage fright.
I can't really say because we did so much that was like all fun, I can't pick out one.
Try to pick out one. One memory that you remember.
All right.
Okay.
That stuck out.
Aside from daddy dropping you off and coming back to pick you up. Bye, daddy. I'll see you when you get back, but I'm going to have some fun.
I would say the pool. Yes, because I love the pool.
Okay.
To me, the most fun part was spending time with my sisters and getting to know them better. Because now you know who to bunk with and who not to bunk with. Because you get kicked.
Oh, poor thing.
All right. Okay, well, we're going to take a little pause here for the cause and come back and close that out and move on to the purity ceremony in a few. If somebody wants to find out more about Sister to Sister, you got a Facebook page?
Yes, we do. We have a Facebook page. You can put in www.facebook.com/sister to sister. And we have Instagram, which is S2SVI. We have Twitter, which is S2SVI. And we have our website, which is www.s2svi.com.
All right, so they can find you online in a lot of variety of ways. Okay, fantastic. That's great, because I'm sure there are other young ladies that are interested in being involved in something as progressive as what you're doing here. So just kind of closing out, anything more in terms of what you thought was most fun about the retreat?
Well, what I liked was that all of us, we kind of like sit down and we talked as, one-on-one. Like, it wasn't like had no parents around, so you didn't feel, no type of way. You were comfortable, and we just poured out our hearts to each other. So it was like a wonderful experience, something new that you normally don't do, like around random people that you just met in 2 months. So, yeah.
My favorite part was the classes, and it taught you about preparation and how not just God alone, but how to live as a virtuous young woman. We also had a mentor, Mr. Scotland, who came to talk to us and give us a man's perspective of women on what they're looking for in a woman. And he said there were 3 types of girls: the easy girls, and then the girls that you have to, talk to them a little bit and the giving. And then he said they had the respectable ones who had very high standards for what they wanted in their life. And he wanted us to be like a respectable person.
Whoa.
Not just anybody can get to you.
Whoa.
But you have to allow them.
Brother Man was giving it up straight. All right. Okay. Well, this is the real world and real life, and I'm glad that he was not there candy coating anything and telling you what it's about. Okay. High standards are important. And, in this day and age where sometimes young people get tricked into thinking that, what you give people is an expression of whether or not they're your friend, because that's what it comes down to. And it's no. You have to like me for me. All right, we got a caller here. Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Content.
Uh-huh.
I have been listening to your program, and what I'm hearing is very enlightening. Saturday is Father's Day, but behind every great man, there is a great woman.
All right.
These ladies sometime will be the head of the family. Now, the man goes out to walk and things, blah, blah, blah. But the mother is home with the children all the time. She's the one that sees that they do the homework. She's the one that be around them most of the time. And she is cultivating them a lot more than the father. Now, at my very young age, we had a group by the name of the Luther Leaguers, and Miss Beryl Wilbekin was very instrumental in that. But each Wednesday, a different person is in charge of the service. You have a topic, and then you discuss it. And that is very, very good. I mean, these are the things that these girls going through now that is going to last them for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. And they're going to pass it on to their children.
That's right.
And I could see where we building a very good community. These are things that sometimes you don't hear too much about.
Unfortunately.
You know? Mm-hmm. But these is the little things that count. And what these girls going through now is going to last them for the rest of their life, and they're going to pass it on. So I'm very, very delighted in you having them there, and they could express themselves. That is very wonderful.
All right. Well, I hope they're inspiration to other young ladies who might want to join this organization or some organization and otherwise to be mentored to and become the leaders, future household leaders, moms, community activists, but responsible contributing members of our community. And I think that that's what we all should be striving for.
Yeah, we have to show more respect for the woman, for the men. And maybe someday we might have a woman president.
Oh, yeah, that's coming. But you heard what the young lady said that the guest speaker told them? I don't know if you were listening at the time, but they're getting information also that they can demand. They can demand. And when I say demand, I don't mean in a negative way. That they can put forward and say, I have high standards. Exactly. You better come good. Yes. Otherwise, move on ya.
Well, that is the thing. You have to have respect for yourself. And you notice that whenever there is a meeting, the school meeting, who always attend? It's all the women.
The women?
Yeah, the women always attend. So the woman is such an important part of our community. We have to really respect the woman. Once they respect themselves, they're going to pass it on to others. And this is very, very important.
All right.
So I want to let all of them know that we appreciate them. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call.
All
right. Take care. All right. See, folks are listening. And I tell you, it's one of the things I like about this show. There's not a whole lot of calling, but when I'm walking down the street, everybody want to talk about what you talked about, and the children that were there, the organization or the poetry, whatever, they want to talk in that sense. And it's people are listening. And in the same way, people are observing what you're doing. And to the extent that what you're doing is not necessarily on parade for the public, today we put it on parade so that we can let them know that it's no secret society. This is all open to the public, and we really, really want for everyone to get involved in that way. I don't know if... check and see if you got a plug underneath that you can plug in that other headphone. Check for the plug. Okay, but anyhow, we've got Irene Ali and Sister to Sister, and we're discussing our young people and mentoring, and we were just talking about the retreat, and I really, really enjoyed what you said there about the guest speaker and the things that he pointed out. And at first when you said you had a guest speaker and it was a guy, I said, well, okay.
Defensive, right?
It's a lady. No, just a ladies' retreat. And you got a guy speaking. Well, when I heard what he had to say,
right.
All right, okay. So, ladies, be number 3. Keep the high standards. Demand that they step up and meet you at that high standard. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, we also mentioned the purity ceremony.
Yes.
And I have a couple of reflections on that, but I'll let you do the intro as to what it was about.
Basically, when the girls join Sister to Sister, we have classes, or just like Diara explained, sessions where we just talk, and we give the girls advice and they pour out their hearts, and we just teach them, how to make those right decisions and how to put God first in reality, how to trust Him, and how to just use Christ as an example for what they're doing in their life and how to be successful. And a lot of the times when you think purity, the first thing you think about is no sex. before marriage, but that's a big part of it. But it's so much more than that. It's how we treat people, how we love people, how we forgive, how we carry ourselves, the type of example that we're leaving behind, the legacy that we're leaving for those behind us or in front of us. And they learn so much throughout the year, and we don't ask the girls to take their purity vows. We give them the option and say, if this is something that you want to do after you've learned and you've grown, you have a choice to take a vow to continue your walk and continue growing and developing as a young lady. And out of 17 girls that we had last year, 13 of them said, I want to do this. And it was just really awesome to have those girls make that decision, knowing that nobody was pushing them and forcing them, just out of the examples that they see in the organization, those relationships, and what they were taught. They willingly made that decision. And even for the girls who didn't take the purity vow, they still have that foundation set in their hearts. And we're just very loving, very gracious. We don't see anybody different. We're not the type of people to look down and say, well, you didn't take this and you didn't do this. It's just something that we lead by example. And those who want to be a part of that, we welcome them. And those who don't, we still love them, and we still, give them advice and that counseling and stuff like that. So in
a nutshell, from this daddy's perspective, it's a wholesome approach to the whole person and their character.
Right.
That's what I saw. And I want to talk a little bit about the actual ceremony, what took place, since I was one of the daddies there. Okay, it started off that I escorted my daughter in a line of many daddies, and one daddy had one on each arm, so he had a double impact there in the lives of two young ladies.
Yeah.
And we escorted them in, and they took their respective seats to the front, and we were seated in the row behind of these young ladies. And in essence, the ceremony is where they publicly take a pledge. And it's not a pledge to the public, it's a pledge to themselves. Mm-hmm. And the pledge is about a wholesome approach to life. It's not just about any one thing as much as the whole character, and making sure that they are saying, I pledge to keep these high standards. Yes. And in the process, the daddies received a ring that we had to place on our daughter's finger, that purity ring, as a reminder of what they were pledging to do. And the daddies there were very supportive. Now, okay, before I get beat up, mommies were there too. Okay?
Yeah,
before I get beat up, mommies were there too. Okay? And the mommies were part of the whole process, standing side by side with the daddies, or the male figure who was the person that was playing that role. And it was very, very wholesome, family-oriented event, the significance of which was very, very much at the forefront in everybody's minds, that this is a life. Mm-hmm. This is a life for the future, and we're helping to empower them to navigate that future. Yeah. Not to judge them or hold them to a standard, but for themselves to hold themselves up and to strive. Now, one of the things that came out in the conversation is that in life, anybody could fall down. It's not whether you fall down. Look at yourself in terms of whether you fall down. It's what you do after you fall down.
Exactly.
Okay? And you're going to lay down, or you're going to get up and get moving again. That's a very, very important principle. Young men, young ladies, the bottom line is, there are times when you set standards for yourself and you may not achieve the standards, and what do? You go back and you start digging right back in and saying, hey, I'm not going to let this get away, and I keep going after it. And I had to say that because it came across very, very strong. It's the kind of thing, and we have to review the videotape at some point in time.
I know.
Because the community, community aspect of this, it cannot be understated, because these are daddies mommies, supporting members of friends, family, and others who were there that committed to the lives of these young ladies. Okay, let me stop before I start crying here. It was that good. It was that good. Okay. And as a daddy, and you watching this young lady, watching you back in your eye, and saying, just the other day I had you in my arms right there. You couldn't say a word, do anything for yourself, and here you are now. And it's like, okay, we know the next thing coming, Daddy, please, for the keys. All right. Okay, continue. We'll go ahead. So talk to us, the Purity Retreat. After that, what's on the agenda?
Well, it's pretty awesome. We're starting our new year, and for the summer, we're just focusing not so much on teaching the girls, but just enjoying their summer, because they're taking a break, and some girls kind of go away and they go to their friends or their family and stuff like that. And we're just going to be focused on going to the beach, going to the movies, just fellowshipping with the girls to get that closeness. Since we have new girls in the program, I'm really big on making sure that everybody is, in a sense, equally loved. Though some may cling more than the other, we want to make sure that everyone is comfortable in the organization and settled in. So that's our goal for the summer, after we have these different events, that when they start school, then we start giving into the conferences, some more slumber parties, the retreats, the mini retreats, and different things like that, the speaking.
Let me ask a question here, because it may not be clear. Is Sister to Sister open to everyone?
It's open to everyone between the ages of 12 to 17.
All right. Okay, so I just wanted to be sure that the public understood that we're not talking about a clique or a small group. No. or a denomination. We're talking about young ladies across the board. So if you have a young lady that might be interested in participating in an organization like this, okay? Now, I know sometimes during the school year, that during the week, they come by to Sister to have a meeting. What do y'all do? Play video games?
Oh, within the practices, the weekly practices? No, we have the talent groups.
Okay,
that's what that is.
All right, but I mean, they got algebra and trigonometry and English and Spanish to deal with. How are they going to do all of this?
Well, I love that question, because I've been involved with teens where they get involved in a program and then their schoolwork starts to sink. So then the parents, as a result, pull them out of the program, because, you know, you can't have the girls or guys failing in school. So what I did, because I knew that, I said, okay, these girls are going to be practicing. I want them to be able to do most of their work or all of their work, give them a helping hand, have somebody there to help them through math, through history, before practice.
Oh, so you have a homework first policy?
Yeah, they have to do their homework first. They have to.
You know, for a while I was thinking maybe she's saying, Daddy, I don't have no homework, because, you know, she just kind of slipped it in here, and I'm going to get a call later on and have to deal with that. But no, you guys dealing with homework first. Caller, turn down your phone. Good morning.
Morning, Doug. How are you?
Great, fantastic, outstanding.
I have a question. This Sister to Sister, they don't promote same-sex marriage and everything, right?
No, we don't. We don't.
Pardon me?
No, we don't.
Good.
Yes,
That's all
we
I
don't.
have. Thank you.
All right.
No problem.
Thank you. All right. Well, you know, that's a subject that is something that the community have to deal with, but in fact, Sister to Sister, that's not in the scope of what you all are dealing with. Okay. The caller kind of interrupted us there as we were going, but it's getting hot here. Caller, you on the air?
Good morning, Doug. How are you doing?
Great, fantastic, outstanding. Talk to us.
Good. You have a special person on your panel there this morning, you know.
Yes, we're
I don't, and all the others are all special, but you know, Miss Ali, how are you?
No. I am good, Mr. Ali.
Good. Dougie.
Yes, sir.
What, more than anything else, what is very enlightening to hear the young ladies speak, every one of them, and what they're doing, what the church are doing actually to help with youngsters in the community is so very, very good. And there's more that should be done, I agree, with the church, but a start is good.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing there, and sometimes we lose a lot of our youngsters and girls and boys. But in this case, it's sisters to sisters. But they have other organizations that will deal with youngsters with boys. Sometimes they make a mistake, and instead of people trying to say, "Listen, let's change and move forward," they leave them there to the risk of the community. And they don't, we lose that person.
Yep, we got to get them and keep them and put them under our wing, regardless.
Exactly. So what they're doing, Doug, is more and more, it is good. And I'm proud of her, Irene, and all the girls, what they're doing. And we need more of that. And keep up the good work. And I'll continue listening to you all.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ali. I make a record today. This is the shortest you ever been on the radio. All right. Have a great day.
All right. I like to listen to them. Let them continue talking about the good work, Dougie.
All right. Good. Okay. We gonna take a pause for the cause. It's been a wonderful morning, a wonderful Thursday morning with Sister to Sister.
Mark the X. This is AM 970 WSTX.
And we're talking about the mentoring program with the young ladies here in the Virgin Islands, and from the talent presentation to the purity to the retreat in between, it's been very, very interesting this morning. I see we're here kind of into this last lap of discussion. So tell me, what does the future hold?
The future holds a lot of different new events. Right now, since it's summer, we're just trying to leave open to those who are interested in the program. We had a couple registers that came in, and we're having more calls and people that are interested, which is great because we really want to get the word out. Our new registration is open in October as well, since we want to start the girls off fresh when they begin their school year.
All right. New registration. What does new registration mean? For those that are already there, or like open registration?
Well, yes, it's open. We have those girls that are in the program that stay in the program, basically. So the new members will be able to become a member and be a part of Sister to Sister. And the events are always open to anybody, regardless of what event we have, unless it's at a resort or whatever the case is. Then of course they have to pay. Mm-hmm. But when we have our conferences and those different things, and to teach the girls those standards and principles, we leave it open. But if you want to become a member, that's when you're exclusive to the talent groups, where you can build that talent and develop that gift.
All right. Is it something where they have to come in October, or if a young lady is interested during the summer, they can get involved?
Anytime. I just had a couple yesterday that came in, and we have new members. So at any point, you can walk in to the offices at Speak the Word and call at the number 778-1575, and you can register. But we're going to go out to the schools, and we're going to go out to other people to register other people that are interested.
Anyhow, I'll just a little private joke that we'll have in here. I'm going to edit that part out, okay? No, I'm not talking about the discussion. There's something else going on here. We're here having fun. But no, it's going to be good. Well, I really like what Sister to Sister is doing, and I encourage all organizations that want to do something with our young people that's going to help to develop character and help them to become productive, contributing members to our community, to better be able to navigate the challenges that are out there facing our young people once they step out of our doors. I'm happy to help to spread the word. So yes. As you hear us talking today about Sister to Sister, if your church, your organization has a youth group that you want to have a discourse with the public, let them know the things that you're doing and encourage them to be involved. Just think of WSTX, the community-minded station, as an opportunity to get the word out. All right. Good. So there's a lot that's going on in the community, a lot of good things that are going on in the community, and that's our focus. So Sister to Sister. We're coming up now to October with new registration, but we're ongoing now in terms of the activities that you have going on. Could you just tell us just a little overview of the various talent areas that the young people have decided that they want to pursue?
Sure. We have 3 groups. The first one, Into the Spirit, and that's mime and interpretive dance. I'm personally a mime. I love it. I do teach all of the groups.
You love it?
I love it.
I was watching this video here and I saw this person, and I said that kind of looks like...
That is me.
Okay, all right.
But I have different gifts. I sing, I act, I write, I do these different things, and I don't believe in holding those gifts to yourself. I believe that you're supposed to pass it on and teach other people so that they can develop and show other people those gifts too. So the second group is Biblical Flow, which is the acting, the writing, and the singing, where you saw Elizabeth Bass have her poem, but the girls are also open to solo acts with singing to develop their vocal cords and build that foundation as a vocalist, and writing and all of that. And then the last group, which is Dunamis, that is, we call it basically like a sorority, and we're confident versus cocky. We don't butt heads with anybody who's in a sorority. We love them and we love what they do because they come fierce, they come with excellence, they come with discipline, and that's more or less what Dunamis is about. And the girls step and they dance and they show that fierceness in their dance.
All right. Well, they were definitely stepping out there and showing that we are confident and we are moving forward. And so, Dia, what group are you in?
I'm a part of Dunamis.
All right. And
I'm also in Dunamis.
okay, so I got you here on the camera with the stepping. Were you there for the program?
Yes, I was.
Okay. All right. Well, you can get a copy of that. Make sure the next time you come to the meeting that you come with your jump drive, so you could get a copy of the program in the process. Okay. All right. So let's recap the ways in which you can be contacted through the internet and otherwise.
Yes, we have our Facebook. Again, it's www.facebook.com/sister to sister, and you'll see in the background of the photo, since we're all about social networking, the sister to sister pin with some words in the background as that photo. And then we have the Instagram and the Twitter, which are the same, at sister to sister VI, and we have our website, which is www.s2svi.com. And if you want to register, you can just give us a call. You can ask for me, Miss Rini, and the number is 778-1575, and it's as simple as just meeting, setting up an appointment, a 30-minute session, giving you the 411 of what your girl is going to be about, how we can develop her, and the goals for that individual girl, and just moving forward.
Okay. Well, we got some interesting events coming up that I would suggest if you can incorporate into your sister-to-sister activities. We've got Come Home to St. Croix in July 12th. It starts on July 12th. It's a whole week of activities, and it's down at the St. Croix Landmark Society Wimgrade House. And I say that they have some very interesting exhibits down there. It's second to none in the context. We go to Washington, D.C. or other places and we visit museums there. Yeah. And to that extent, they have some very good exhibits that are on par that if Washington, D.C. and the Smithsonian could take them up there, they would be taking them up there. So it's just one of those things. So I want to say that if you can have your young ladies go out there and check that out, it definitely it will add to their experiences here on St. Croix. There's so much that we have here, but if we don't spread the word and go and see. And it's amazing sometimes how many people have not been down there, or they went down, oh, okay, I've seen it one time, and that's all that there is. So check out Come Home to St. Croix, the week of July 12th. They have a set of events that's going on. And if you want to be maybe a little bit more adventurous and have a sweet tooth, they have Mango Melee going on the 12th, and plenty of mango and other mango preserves and mango drinks and all kinds of good stuff. And so that would be another interesting outing that maybe as a group they might want to go out and check out. But between Mango Melee and Come Home to St. Croix, we got some nice family-oriented things that we can look forward to, and I throw those out as suggestions if you all want to go down there as a group. I plan to go down to check out Mango Millet in the process, and hopefully find some nice sweet stuff down there. This Saturday at the complex, I believe about 8:30 in the morning, they have a health and nutrition presentation going on there, and I'll be there. Mr. Damari is going to be there. I believe he's going to be there with King Derby and these folks, and they're going to strum a few tunes. So public, you want to come out there and hear our musicians, as King Derby stated, our young musicians do their thing. Come on down to the complex Saturday morning for 8:30 with a presentation and the introductory music that these young people will be sharing with us. Our young people have talent. The challenge for us as parents is to expose them, because very often they don't know what their talents are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is how, in the same way they watch TV and they say, I want to do that. But this is much closer to home. This is right here. So when they say, I want to do that, that is right here at their fingertips to jump into and do. And Miss Rini, I want to thank you for coming in today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You know that in another 3, 4, 5 months, I'm going to be calling you again, because this is something that I think needs to keep coming back out to the public. And once again, I want to thank you for coming by, and just
no problem.
Keep me right there on your calendar. 3, 4, 5 months from now, we'll come back and update the public on the things that we've done. So.